Sorry, guys. I don't know if you guys could hear that conversation. My sister always, or somebody always seems to call in the middle of my lives. It's like they all know that I'm up in the middle of the night. Hi, guys. So, tonight, I just wanted to give everybody a few minutes to get out of that debate. Um, things are settling down in Louisville a little bit, but I haven't had any rioting in my area. We've had businesses broken into and that type of thing, which is, of course, not what anybody on either side wants right now. So, yeah, things have definitely quieted down. I'm still keeping my nephew 3 times a week. I've been taking him to my mother-in-law's, but I have been keeping him here sporadically. But I always keep him close by because a lot of people have brought up that they don't think it's a good idea. So, but anyway, to get down to what we're doing today, guys, we actually have this from, it's actually Gil2427 donated this to us. It's a ghost box, which is I don't want to say better than Necrophonics, but it's different. So it's a different thing that we're going to try with our experiment today. And thank you, Bears Beats Battlestar Galactica. Appreciate that. Love the name. But anyways, guys, if you've been following this series at all, we have actually been doing an experiment where we started with our Necrophonics. We have a list of questions that we've been asking it to see if we're getting the same answers over and over again. Hi, Call Her Crystal. Thanks for joining us. So, oh, there's a hair on my face. Sorry, I haven't done my hair or anything today. I just kind of ran in here. I forgot that I was doing this. But anyway, we've done 2 sessions with the Necrophonics app that is on the cell phone, asking these questions here. So today we are actually going to ask them to a ghost box, which is just basically an FM radio scanner that goes and scans through quickly all the channels on FM. Thank you, Destiny underscore Skevin I can't talk today. Underscore dot 7 dot underscore dot. Make sure to get your all's usernames. I appreciate that. But anyway, it scans quickly through the FM channels. Hey, Kitty K38, hope you're doing okay. And to all my mods that might be in here, thank you so much for coming in. I know everybody was watching the debate, so I'm, again, going to give everybody a few minutes to just kind of get out of that debate. But we're going to basically ask the same questions that we asked Necrophonics 2 times, the same machine. Now, I was thinking about taking us downstairs in the kitchen because we get a lot of activity down there, but then my intuition said no, stay upstairs. Because if this is truly an experiment, we want to ask the same questions in the same setting several times. This will be our 3rd out of 4th time, so we're going to ask the ghost box one more time on our Thursday live in this room, and then next week we're going to begin our segment when we actually go down into the kitchen. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit scared for that, guys, because there's a lot of activity that occurs down there. And if the most that we get here is candles blowing out, which, by the way, we're using a different type of candle today than last time. Last time we were using glass candles. Today we're just using regular wax candles. I just figure we should repeat the experiment, keep at least one constant, and change variables just to see what we find out. Now, my suspicion is that the Necrophonics app may possibly be algorithmic. That's a possibility. Of course, the app could just be tuning into local FM radio stations, which is why, it sounds different to so many different people. But I wasn't able to find out anything about how the mechanics of that app works because I'm not a data miner or anything like that. And I just honestly don't know how that technology works. But this I know for sure, that it does pull from the radio stations because I was listening to The Weekend earlier on one of our local stations. So just so that you guys know what we're getting into. So it is now 10:39. At 10:40, we'll go ahead and get started. We'll turn out the lights. I'm actually going to shut this door behind me because you guys can't see it. I don't want that shutting and then have to, explain myself. So give me just a second. Because that one always seems to love to shut. So I have a lot of people that say that, I'm pulling the same gimmicks, but I don't have any gimmicks. I'm literally just experimenting. So how are we going to do this? This doesn't actually sit up straight. I don't know if there's a kickstand. Let's see. been charging it all day, so it should be working, but we may just have to lay it on the table or up against the back wall. I think the back wall should do it good. So it's now 10:40. Let's go ahead and get started. Again, for those that are joining us just now because they were watching the debate or whatever, we are working with the actual ghost box today that was donated to us by, sorry, I almost hit you guys, by Guild2427, and a big shout out to her. Thank you so much for donating this. But we are going to repeat the same experiment in the same room, and we're going to do the same thing again on Thursday with a slightly different variable. And then next week, we're going to be moving down to the kitchen. So let's do this. Just turn you guys and turn out the light. All right. Let's angle you all down a bit. There we go. So we've got our spirit box. Let's turn it on. And just a warning, it's a little loud, so we have to turn it down.
Xbox. Scanning. FM.
Okay. So we'll turn it up. Now, right now, it's not scanning. Let's put the lights out. It's not scanning right now, but we're going to go ahead and just set it to the max speed of scan so that we're just catching words, and that's to a level 4. Should show a 4 for you guys, if you can see. And then we'll hit the scan button, which is here. And that quickly scans through the stations for us.
Cleveland. Projectile attacks mints.
A little too loud there. All right. So the first question that we asked is, I think that's, tell me guys, can you hear that? I want to make sure you guys can hear it. No, a little? Okay, let me turn it up just a little. You can? Okay. We'll move y'all closer too. All right, so first question. Are you good or bad? Are you good or bad? Oh, okay. That's different. It's definitely different. Okay, last time, are you good or bad? We're getting a lot of music. So for those that are joining us, yes, that's what a spirit box is. Lauren, Janae, that's exactly what it is. It's just radio stations. It's like an FM radio it scans through. So, all right, next question. How many spirits are here? How many spirits are here with us? How many spirits are here with us?
8 tonight.
8 tonight, it said. Oh, okay. All right. Are you here to do harm? Again, are you here to do harm?
still home?
What about ours? You looking?
Now I'll bring
Again, are you here to do harm? All right. What is the other side like?
so hard.
Okay.
What is the other side like? What is the other side like? Do we know you?
I have children.
Do I know you? Do I know you? How did you pass? Or die? How did you die? Ooh. How did you die? All right, so that actually concludes the questions I had written down. So I don't know if I really believe in this stuff or not, guys. Again, we're just kind of, checking in here, but I also wanted to see if you guys had any questions that we should ask. Again, I can't understand half of what it's saying. I couldn't even with Necrophonics. A lot of it is just the static that's under, but I did catch a couple of words. And again, I'm not really sure how a ghost box actually would detect a spirit or how they would even communicate through one. So again, this is just me kind of experimenting around. But I do want to take some questions from you guys and we'll continue asking. I'll do like 5 or 6 here for this live. And, if you guys have similar questions, we'll take those down as well. And then what we will do, just so that you guys are aware, so I'll give you guys some time to think of some questions, maybe type them in. We take the footage from this and we upload it to YouTube, where if any of you would like to, you can, go in and listen and try to figure out what it said. I don't ever put subtitles or anything in my videos because I want it to be completely unbiased. So that'll be something that you guys can go in and do. It'll be up at noon tomorrow on my YouTube. Again, I'm just Chocolate Milk Mix on YouTube. You can tune in. It should appear at 12 p.m. noon for everybody, everywhere. It'll become available for you. So tomorrow, if you'd like to go through and just kind of sift through this footage and see if you can figure out what this ghost box was saying, if anything, you're welcome to. So again, for those that are joining us, we have the ghost box that was donated to us by Carly Gill. And basically, this is just a machine that flips through radio stations. And I've heard some people saying that they are catching bits of the debate and stuff on here, which is likely because it's, again, just pulling from FM radio and it's flipping through really quickly. So what we will likely do to change a variable on our next live for that experiment, we'll take it down to like a 2 on the scan and see if it, if we get clearer answers. Again, I don't know how a ghost would actually communicate through these machines. This is all experimental. I believe that there is a ghost in my house or some sort of phenomenon that's actually occurring. Do I believe in every tool that's handed to me? No, but I think it's healthy to investigate and see if we can, use it. So let's see what everybody's asking. So a lot of people have said, ask it to blow out a candle, which we actually had one go out last live, but it wasn't us asking. The first live, a candle actually went out. So that's a good one. We'll ask that, and that keeps our variables, limited. So can you blow out a candle? I don't know if you guys can hear me while I'm asking questions because it's kind of loud, but I am asking these questions. Let's see what else you guys have asked. If it's an adult or a child, let's see what anybody else is asking too. Woman and a man, what are their names? I'm seeing that one a lot. Ask it names, let's see. Or knock. We can add that into the first question. So I'll just make that question, can you make your presence known? And part of this is that you really can't hear very well behind the radio. So if it's knocking, I don't know if we'll be able to hear it, but we can ask it to make its presence known. I think that'll be good. Okay. And then we had, are you a woman or a man or a child? Because children don't have genders, right? I'm just kidding. Child or not. We'll do that. Handwriting is terrible. I'm glad nobody's looking at this. Let's see. Remove the blinds again. That'll be, can you make your presence known? Let's see. I've seen a few people asking if they feel trapped. So I see it asked a couple of ways. Do you feel trapped or do you need help moving on? Okay, so that's 3 questions. We need 2 more. Drink my ginger ale. What is your name? I've seen that one asked quite a bit, so let's do that one. All right, let's see. And then a bunch of you guys are asking how they died, but we actually just asked that question in the beginning. It was, how did you pass? So we may already have an answer to that one. But again, if you guys missed that part of the live, we'll be uploading this later just to, give people the opportunity to kind of sift through and see if they can make out what was being said, if anything. So let's see. A lot of people are asking, what year did you pass away? So let's say if you passed away, what year? All right, so here are our 5 questions that I've gotten from you guys tonight. Again, this isn't actually part of the experiment too much. It's just questions that you guys want to ask. So the first one is, can you make your presence known by either blowing out a candle, knocking, or moving the blinds? I'm just going to say, can you make your presence known? The way I do this, again, if you guys didn't notice in the first part, I just ask 3 times. I give it a couple of seconds between. Kind of gives an opportunity, if there is something answering, to actually answer through. Second question is, are you a woman or a man, child or not? Third question is, do you feel trapped or do you need help moving on? These are kind of conjunction questions, sorry. Fourth question is, what is your name? And the 5th question is, if you passed away, what year did you pass away? So let's see. See, a lot of you still throwing questions. We could probably do one more if you'd like. Let's see. My house under the bridge. Were you human? Let's see. That's good. I like that. Let's do Are You Human? Which I feel like a lot of you guys seem to think it's a child if it's a ghost and not like a parallel dimension or a hill that we're sitting on. But we've got a lot of the same face around the house. We specifically had the face of a child appear on the microwave door. So that was kind of bizarre. Seeing as children aren't even that height, but we also have had people hear children 2 times in our house just from recordings, not necessarily with there any movement or anything, but I think one live you guys heard a child, or you said you did. And then during one of my recordings from our downstairs security cameras, I heard a child either saying help or mommy. I couldn't really understand it. So, and that also could have been from outside. That could have been a kid walking down the block because that camera was right next to the window. So there's so many variables that we look at here. Specifically, this week has actually been the longest week without too much activity, and I went through and I checked a lot of the cameras today, and again I just kind of skimmed through to see if anything moves around or changes. So not really too much. Now, one thing I did see in person this week, I was actually in the living room and I was just putting up the baby stuff, and I had gone and dropped him off at his mom's, and I came back and I was putting his stuff away, and out of the corner of my eye at the bottom of the stairs, Kevin had a ratchet strap that was sitting on our shoe rack, and I saw it move. It just like kind of jumped up, and I swear to God, it was out of the corner of my eye, so I can't definitively say I saw it head on, but we don't have any cameras facing that little corner, so that kind of gave me the perspective that we need to get a camera facing towards the stairs, and I have 2 more that I can put up. So we're going to do that. And then this weekend, we're going to actually be out of town. So you guys may not hear from me from Saturday to Tuesday, just so you guys know. Tuesday night, I will, of course, be on for our live as long as I'm not asleep. But we are actually going camping. We do an annual camping trip. We're going out to a national park. I won't name which one because I don't want you guys showing up to bug me, but we are going to a national park, and there's free camp in the wilderness, so we like to kind of rough it. We don't really glamp. We just have our tent, and we just got our grill that we put on top of our fire. I'm going to get us some provisions to take out there with us, you know, that type of thing. So should be fun, but you guys probably won't hear from me, except for maybe if there is actually reception in this place, you may get 1 or 2 videos of us actually camping. So, bizarrely, the only thing I'm afraid of when camping is bears. Like, that's one of my fears is bears. So we do have black bears here in Kentucky, and you know, I trust that Kevin will keep me safe from those. But even at nighttime, the woods spook me more than this house does half the time. I mean, I couldn't have said it the same 2 months ago, but at this point, not that scared. So a lot of you guys are like, you suffer a lot of stress in the house. The only stress I suffer at this point is my constant klutzness, where I'm like falling over and injuring myself, and also not getting any sleep because it keeps me awake. So, but yeah, I want you guys to know I'm not stressed out. I'm actually in one of the happier times I've been in. Things are good. And now I'll get to what we've been waiting for, which are the questions you gave me for this. I'm going to stop talking. You guys know I rant. So let's get it started. Let's see. Now, I'm going to turn it back up. And again, if you can't hear me too well, I apologize. I just want you guys to be able to hear the radio. Too loud. I'm afraid it's going to wake Kevin up. All right. Can you blow out a candle or not? Can you make your presence known? Can you make your presence known? Can you make your presence known? Again, can you make your presence known? Are you a woman or a man or a child? Are you a woman, man, or child? Again, are you a woman, man, or child? Okay. Do you feel trapped or need help moving on? Again, do you feel trapped or need help moving on? All right, last time, do you feel trapped or do you need help moving on? All right, what is your name? Again, what is your name?
Organizing. Hi there, welcome.
Last time, what is your name? All right, if you passed away, what year did you pass away? What year did you pass away? Again, what year did you pass away? All right. Are you human? Again, are you human? All right, last time, are you human?
You rescue.
blew through those questions pretty quickly. Very surprised. So let's get the lights back on here, guys, and get our candles put out. We're going to move on to the next thing. So if I can get them all out. We made it a little bit hard for our ghost to blow out any candles this time. It's kind of hard to get them out. So we've heard it say a lot of stuff. Whether or not it was real or if it was actually the ghost talking or anything, I don't really know. One thing I will say for Necrophonics is that it is a little bit clearer on delivery as far as what is being said, and it gives you a couple of modes. Excuse me, I've been drinking soda, but I do feel like this is actually more authentic because it is, you can physically see it flipping through the channels and you know that it is, you know, I've tested it. So if we go on here and slow it down and stop on like 98.9 for Louisville, for example, we'll hear pop music. So, hey, S. Matthews 1124, good to see you. Shout out to you, girl, for showing up for the live, and to all my moderators. Thank you guys so much. So what I'm going to do next, by popular request, is actually set you guys downstairs for a little bit with the laser lights on. And I'm going to be up here watching, or I'm going to be trying to watch from this phone, which I've got to get turned on. So I'm going to go ahead and get that. I will say, you know, somebody just mentioned that it is a bit staticky with the radio. And that's because the majority of channels in Louisville are just static. You know, if we're just flipping through channels, you have to keep flipping until you find a channel that actually works. So again, I feel like it's rather authentic in that way, even though it's not clear that we make out. Again, I'm going to be uploading this live as long as my husband's recording it, which I set his phone to record, or he did when I stepped out of the room. And I'll allow you guys to kind of go through and just, you know, see if you make anything out. So whether you guys have audio capabilities of kind of minimizing that static in the background or not, I'm not really sure. I might look for something. We can see what we can do. But I do think this is very authentic. So I appreciate the donation from Gil. Let's see. Static or white noise is how spirits come through, says Kitty K38. I believe you. You've been in this game a little longer than I have, that's for sure. Again, if you guys don't know Kitty K, she lives in a haunted house as well. Sorry, pulling down my shirt. And she is pretty much stuck in her situation. Me, it's a little bit different because we're in a rental. So we'll be out of this situation by April of next year, if not sooner. But I actually have not had, you know, a lot of the same experiences as Kitty K. And I get a lot of my ideas from her channel. So I like to call her my mother channel because I thought to actually start doing this after I saw a couple of her videos and, you know, with her, you know, necrophonics. Sorry, that's what I'm talking about is, you know, the necrophonics. So as well as the laser lights, those were actually her thing as well. And I kind of took that idea just from watching her lives and said, hey, I'm going to try it. So again, thank you to Kitty K 38, and a shout out to Vanessa _is_me for the big love. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Sorry, I'm horrible on live tonight, guys. I apologize, but yeah, let's go ahead and do some stuff downstairs and see if we can, you know, catch anything on our security cams as well. So it'll be you guys just watching downstairs, and then I'll be watching up here from this phone. And then, of course, we've got all the security cams going, and we'll go ahead and what we like to do is start with the laser lights on and our lights off. So you guys pretty much just have a visual. Thank you to S. Matthews 1124 for the big love. Appreciate that. So one of the great things with the lights off is that you can kind of see that. Thank you, Vonda Jernigan. I see you guys on here all the time. So thank you so much for the pandas. Okay, sorry. Finishing. I'm so scattered. I'll do it with the lights off. Then you guys can just look at the lasers, and you guys can kind of listen to just the ambience of the room. And then we'll come back down after a few minutes. I'm going to do like 5 and 5, and we'll do one with the lights on. And then we'll switch, and we'll have you guys facing towards the living room instead of the cabinets. And we'll do 5 with the lights off, and then 5 with the lights on. So question from Kaylee Faye, why didn't you use the Necrophonic app? So we are actually still experimenting. If you've seen my last lives, the last 2 we've done Necrophonics in here. For those that don't know, I have uploaded all those lives to YouTube. So our last two that you've seen, you'll be able to watch. You're able to watch those on YouTube. Tomorrow, you'll be able to watch it at noon your time, no matter where you are on YouTube from tonight, and you can kind of sift through. But we were using Necrophonics 2 times to see what results we got if we asked the same questions, and then we got lucky, and Carly Gill sent us a actual ghost box that flips through channels to test the questions on. So we've kind of changed the variables a little bit every time. We switched the candles last time, so I feel like we probably want to change one more variable next time. We're staying in this room for now. And then next week we'll be switching to the kitchen. So that's how we're going to be doing it. And thank you, Rue Casino, for the rainbow puke. Love it. Thank you. So now the next segment we're just going to do, you guys like to do. It's not really anything I really am there for, but I'm going to set you guys alone downstairs. So let's get to it. I've got to figure out where I put that laser. You think TikTok is glitching again? I hope not. Thank you, Lisa, for the concert. That's so kind. Hopefully we don't wake up Kevin because he's in the room sleeping. So let's see here. So basically, guys, to go back to what I was saying, we are just experimenting at this point to see what works and what does not work for us here. Sorry for the messy kitchen. We've got our laser lights. I'm going to start by shining them in the kitchen, and you guys can see from our normal security camera angle over here, and then we'll switch from over there in the kitchen and you'll be able to see the other angle. So that'll be kind of nice. You guys will see me in chat actually as Chocolate Milk Mix 2. So if you guys have any questions, keep an eye out for that username, and you can ask and I'll be upstairs. But again, it's only going to be like 5 minutes at a time. So I'll be back down if you guys want to continue asking. Thank you, Fancy Cups. I appreciate that. Fancy Cups _by_Liz. Cool nickname, username, whatever. I'm very bad at talking, but my anxiety is up. So please excuse me. Let's see. All right. Sorry, I'm getting the laser lights set up here. So we've got them shining in the kitchen. We're going to start with the lights off for 5 minutes. So if any of you guys see new people coming in and they're asking, why are the lights off? Why can't we see anything? If I don't answer, you're welcome to tell them what we're doing. Oh, so let's do this. Let me get the lights turned off and then I'll set you guys up. Let me turn on one light here so I can see myself going back up the stairs. But apologize, we've got all these Halloween decorations up because I'm trying to be festive since we won't have our trick-or-treaters this year. But here we go. Here's where you guys will be sitting. Again, we have this camera, which is watching as well. I'm just propping you guys up against the dog bowl. 5 minutes in the dark, guys. Again, you're just going to be listening to the ambience of the room and looking at the laser lights to see if you see any variations. So I'm going to turn out the lights now. Should be pretty dark for you guys. Again, I'll be upstairs as Chocolate Milk Mix 2. I will try to send you guys a warning when I'm heading back downstairs so I don't scare anybody. Okay, hopefully you guys saw my comment that I'm coming down, so apologies to anybody that didn't and got scared, so that was just me walking. So, I didn't really hear too much. You guys said you heard some stuff, so apologies. I'm not really sure what to say on that one, but we're going to go ahead and just look because I did hear one little noise. We may have to check the recording because I see that this door is propped open. I can't remember if it was open or closed before, but we're going to go ahead and close it now. Just show you guys the inside here. Sorry, lots of laundry, but this is my laundry space, so. Huh. Remember like 3 lives ago we were looking for a marble? We just found it. It was down here. Maybe that's what fell. You guys heard. Bizarre. All right, so now we're gonna do it with the lights off. And just so you guys can see, we've got the doors closed now, so we know for sure that now the doors are closed. We'll know that we can't rule that out, but may have actually been this marble. It's been sporadically appearing everywhere. Every time I sit it down, it seems to disappear. So we'll put that also by the sink, just so that you guys can see that. All right, so we're gonna do 5 minutes with the lights off, and then we're gonna switch positions and our laser. So you guys can actually see the full room at this time. So if anything actually moves, you'll be able to see it live. This is kind of our visual experiment at this time. So more or less just looking for activity rather than listening. Now, I will say one thing I did not point out, one of my moderators did. Those little purple lights that you see are actually my security cams. They have LEDs in them so that they can view at night vision. So those are good navigating tools in my kitchen. The one on the right is the one that is on top of my refrigerator, and the one on the left is the top corner of the room. So that makes it a little easier to navigate where we're at. But I'll be upstairs. I will be back down here at 11:29. So I'll see you guys here shortly. right, let's see. So I've heard some people say turn off the filter. I forgot that I had that on, so sorry guys. Let me make sure that's on 0 on all. So no filter. You guys get to see me natural and ugly here. So, and there are no effects on now. I think I just accidentally turned on green screen for a second. All right, so now what we're gonna do is resituate the laser lights to point the other direction and turn off the lights so that you guys are facing the stairs. And then we'll turn on the lights and we'll do another 5 minutes with the lights on so that you guys can see the visual side of things. Now, I don't know what this water sound is that we hear. I hear that in a lot of lives. So I'm just guessing that that's like an ambience sound that we get in lives. Maybe it's like the audio picking up. So I wouldn't necessarily accredit that water sound to being paranormal. I would more say that's like a TikTok thing, because I've heard it on several lives, not just ghost lives. But any bumps or whistles or, you know, whatever the heck else you guys were hearing down here is generally the ambience of my house. The number one thing I hear in this house is footsteps. So thumps are more likely. You'll know it's from my neighbor because you'll hear it from the front and it'll be like a door slam, but otherwise it sounds like walking. Now, during this live, I am actually just sitting up in the office chair. So if I am going to move, you'll see me come through again as Chocolate Milk Mix 2. And I'll be able to respond to comments that way as well. So, S. Matthews, can we do a ball? Absolutely, we can do a ball if I can find one. Let's look for one. Let's pull a bell and look for one. Where should we put the ball? Oh, I gotta use the dog toys. So we've got tennis balls. That's about it. Nothing big, but she has a million of these because she carries them around everywhere. They're all feeder supply. So where should we put the balls at, guys? Coffee table is good. Can we see the coffee table well? Maybe I should push it forward a little bit so you guys can see. It's just like right here. That way you guys can see the coffee table. I'll take one ball and we'll place it right here. Maybe if you swipe away the comments, also, if you guys swipe right on the screen, not necessarily on the comments, you'll be able to see the screen a bit better. So just pro tip. Let's move this pumpkin right here. We'll put one right here. And then we'll also put one where you guys were actually sitting, which is over here on this. And we had that activity with a tennis ball when you guys had asked before, so that's a good call. But I'm going to go upstairs now. I will be back down here at 11:37 or 38. Somewhere around that time. I'm going to turn this light off so you guys just have the dark, and then I'll come back on and we'll turn the lights on in the kitchen so that you guys can see the visual side of the room. So we'll be back. I'm just gonna come fix the camera because it's a little blurry, guys. I think that I made it a little blurry with my body when I walked by, so let me just fix that. Just click here and see if that focuses it a bit. I want to make sure that you guys can see everything too, because I kind of shifted the camera. Sorry, I'm bad at this. Okay, so not blurry. I think that's just the way that the lights look, you guys. Okay. That's actually much better. Okay, I think we got it. Going back upstairs. Sorry, giving you guys time.